can hold my hand, we can play in the graveyard, dream about joining in.
Hello everyone, it is Esther here and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the film Trust. Now, a quick trigger warning about this film. If you I want to warn you guys now, so don't feel like obligated to watch this video, if you just want to support me. But yeah, please don't watch this video if you're triggered by films about rape or rape, pretty much, sexual assault. I won't go into graphic detail, obviously, but I am going to be mentioning it and the context of it and the aftermath of it. So yeah, don't watch this video if that upsets you. But other than that, if you are still here, let's begin. So this film is called Trust, and I actually thought this was going to be really shit, because it looks like, one of those straight to TV, straight to DVD, whatever, Lifetime sort of movies. Oh god, I just said movies. Films. I'm British, I must remember this. And this film was actually directed by David Schwimmer, which is really weird because I didn't know he directed films. And it was actually really good. I don't know if it was his debut, but it was a really good film, and I actually quite liked how it handled such a touchy subject. Oh, I shouldn't have used the word touchy. That's kind of disgusting. But basically, this girl, she's like 14, I think, and she meets this guy online who she believes is 16 or 17. And they talk for ages, they talk for like 2 months, she starts to fall in love with him, blah blah blah, and then he says, I lied to you, I'm actually 20. No, wait, no, he says something like, I lied to you, I'm actually in college, not like the last year of high school. And she's like, whoa, that's weird. And then later on he goes, well, no, wait, I lied to you again, I'm actually 25. And it's just like, sir, excuse me, can you just stop psychologically manipulating this child for 2 seconds? But don't worry, it gets worse. So eventually she plans to meet up with him. She starts to become more sexual. I don't want to talk about this, it's gross. And she wants to get a bra, and she likes doing sexy dances, and the way she starts talking to him is really gross because he teaches her all of these things. She wasn't like this before. And obviously, I'm not opposed to female sexuality because, if you have sexual desire, then you have sexual desire. That's the end of it, unless you're asexual when you don't. So, of course, I'm open to that. But at 14, she's being taught some really disgusting stuff, and it's awful and horrible. And it's so much safer if she learnt all this stuff, by herself, if you know what I'm saying, because I did that sort of stuff at age 14 as well. Okay, let's just stop getting into the awkward stuff. Let's carry on with the actual film review. And yeah, she eventually meets up with him. They sort of go on a date and hang out, but oh no, he's actually like 30 something. So he lied again, and again. So he is a serial liar manipulator. And don't worry, that's not the only case that he does. What am I trying to say? That's not the worst thing he does. There we go. I forgot words for a second. And then one thing leads to another, and he buys her underwear, and it's, yeah, lacy and red, and that's all I'm gonna say. And you literally see a 14-year-old girl in underwear, and it makes me very uncomfortable that they included this in the film. I know they're trying to make it really, like, disturbing and horrible to sort of put the point forward that this is really awful and actually happens in real life, but I really don't want to see a 14-year-old in her underwear. No, I do not. Please stop. And then worse things happen. It turns out he films her. He starts to kiss her. She says no, and he continues. He gets on top of her, and yeah, he, does the thing. And I'm not going to call it sex because it's not sex, it is rape. Okay? I'm so tired of like people talking about this sort of thing and saying, oh, he had sex with her, because he didn't. He raped her. Okay? End of story. End of discussion. She did not consent. She cannot consent because she is 14. Sorry, I just had to let that out because some idiots that I meet on the internet don't seem to understand this. And yeah, this happens all in the first like 40 minutes of the film. So the rest is all about like her father dealing with finding out about the news, and like his rage and his like want to track him down and kill him essentially. Is her dad like gets into a lot of mess and trouble. He starts trying to be like to catch a predator and it doesn't go well, and he beats up people and who aren't even predators, and it's just a whole big mess. And basically it's about how oftentimes it's really hard to prove these things, it's really hard to track down the people who do these things, and it's just a whole big mess. And honestly, I'm so glad that they didn't try and sugarcoat it like, and then everything was okay because she told the police, because it wasn't. Her life starts to break down, she starts denying that it happened, and she still believes that he's in love with her even though he completely ignores her afterwards. She like falls out with her friends, her life's falling apart, she's out of school, she is like failing everything, and it's just all horrible. But the last note of the film was basically everything. She finally realizes he did something to her that she did not consent to. She didn't realize that this is what adult life is like, you know? Like, she wasn't ready for it, obviously, because she is 14. And yeah, it's just very real and raw and true, and I actually really liked it for that. It wasn't actually that bad of a film. It sort of dragged on quite a bit. There was a bit, you know, too much plot, and they definitely showed way too much of what happened. And I think that definitely don't watch this film if this has happened to you, or if it just upsets and disgusts you, because honestly it upsets and disgusts me. But, you know, I still watched it anyway. It was interesting, you know, I liked it, and I can't remember what I rated it, probably a 6 or a 7 out of 10. But yeah, I'd recommend it if you want to know more about this sort of stuff. It's quite disturbing and disgusting, so I don't know why you would. But yeah, you know, honestly, I thought that it was very sensitively handled, and yeah, it was quite a really well done film. So yeah, that was pretty good. Now, my question of the day is something that's not very disturbing and gross. The question of the day is, what is a film you know the entire script to? And for me, it is both Monsters Inc. and Coraline, because I watched those obsessively when I was a child. So yeah, that was the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.
Feeling